Can mothers have it all? I'm going to be discussing that question today, and I'm going to take a controversial stand on that, but one that's optimistic. It's an optimistic stand that mothers seem to love, and my clients love, so I wanted to share it with you as well. And you've probably also read a lot of books and articles on the topic, Can Mothers Have It All? And I find most of these sources say, no, you can't have it all. And they basically try to tell mothers that that's the way it is. So if you walk away from those conversations, you basically feel that's the way I have to live. My life is going to be filled with stress. I need to just feel unsatisfied and unfulfilled. And there's the mom guilt, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that's just not the truth. That's just not the way it is. That may be the old paradigm, but that's not the way life is now. And you probably know some moms who look calm and confident. And if I can do it, and if my clients can do it, there really are a number of strategies that can help put you on the path. And I know you can do it too. I'm Dr. Ellen Ettinger, if you have not met me yet, and I'm delighted to share this really important, albeit controversial topic with you. And it's my goal to support you and help you learn how you can have it all. Because it's really, I found it a sense of freedom when I figured out how to get from originally feeling really overworked and crowded and not having the freedom to figure out how to be the best for me or my family. And when I learned how to have it all, I felt that I was the best me, and I was the best for my family, to support my family, to support my work goals. So it makes a whole lot of difference to be able to be your best and to function at your best. And it really brings a sense of happiness and a sense of success and fulfillment and joy. And when you can reach that and operate like that, it really carries over to your family, and you serve as a stronger role model. When you're just surviving, that's what your kids learn as well. But when you can learn the strategies and you can feel that mothers can have it all, you're really serving as a confident and resilient role model for your kids also. So again, I'm Dr. Ellen Ettinger. I am a doctor and an author, and I have a lot of awards, but I don't want to bore you with them today. I'll just tell you that I've been a working mother. And when I figured out the strategies on why moms can have it all, and I started sharing it with the people that I knew, it was really exciting to see others achieving that as well. And it's been my mission to try to share this message with as many mothers as I can and help mothers achieve the feeling, yes, I can have it all. So I'm going to share a set of 7 what I call elements today, areas where we need strategies or processes or habits that can help us build the path to be able to say, yes, I can have it all. And I tell my clients, you're only a skill set away from success. And that really is the truth. I've seen it happen with moms who come to me and they tell me where they're at. And I build a set of skills that they need. And then when they get there, they say, yes, mothers can have it all. And they really are resilient and strong. And I know you can be too. So let me start sharing the 7 elements. And again, I'm going to talk about what the 7 elements are. I'm not going to go in extreme detail on what to do for each of the elements, because again, for each mother, there's an individual profile of the strategies and processes that they need. So I'm going to briefly list them, and then later give you a little more information about gaining your skills. So number one, this is the number one issue I hear when clients first come to me. And that what they need is stress management and stress relief. Again, it's the first problem I usually hear, or I often hear from my clients. I can't handle this. There's too much to do. I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm not sleeping well, or other variations. And living in the stress cycle takes a lot of time and energy and attention. And when we deal with getting rid of the stress and alleviating all of that stress, we get a lot of that energy and attention and time back. It's like you find time that you didn't know you had because you were spending so much time stressing. And speaking of time, number two is time management. Because moms are so busy doing so many things, I want to make sure that the mothers have optimal and up-to-date time strategies and productivity strategies. So you're using your time productively. You're not wasting your time. You're not involved in time wasters. You're active in using your time productively and optimally. And as you know, when I talked about number one, stress, I also referred to time. So these 7 elements have what I call wheels with interacting cogs. It's like if you do one and if you do the other and you align them, the cogs can align and they work together. So for each skill you get, they support each other and they help you build towards the end goal. And we want to help you build all 7 of these because it's like connecting the cogs or like putting the puzzle pieces in place. And again, helping you function optimally and becoming your best, functioning at the top of your game instead of just surviving and barely feeling like you're just getting by. So let's move on to number 3, and that is goal management. And I do want to mention that having it all and reaching goals doesn't occur passively. It doesn't occur magically. You don't just sit and expect these to come. So these are all active processes. And what I do want the mothers who work with me to know is what I call not just goal setting, but goal reaching. You want to name your goal, which is goal setting. But you want to have specific, deliberate steps laid out so you know how you're going to get from where you're at to where you're planning to go. It's like getting in your car and having a GPS. And you want to have a GPS for your goals as well, because you want to feel confident in this element, number 3 of the 7 elements. So let's move on. Are you ready for number 4? Number 4 is self-care and me time. A hallmark of mothers who know how to have it all, is that they know it's important to take care of themselves. They don't feel resigned that they need to neglect themselves to be good mothers, or that they always have to put themselves on the bottom of every priority list. They know it's important to take care of themselves, and that by taking care of themselves, they can support their family and their children and their work better as well. So we're always at a point where we're filling others' cups. We're taking care of other people. And you can't fill others' cups well if your own cup is empty or depleted or leaking. It's really important to take good care of you. And self-care is not selfish. Self-care is an important part of becoming a leader and functioning as a leader and being able to be at the best level to take care of your family and your work and all the elements in your life, and not just struggling to survive. Because if you're just surviving, you're just getting by. But if you're working at the top of your game, you're really doing your best for your family, your work, yourself, your community, everything. And that's what I want to help you do. Function and become your best. And there's a freedom in that to know that you're functioning at the top of your game rather than just merely getting by. So let's talk about, we're up to number 5. And this is a really important one. Number 5 is, how can I support my child's growth and development? So all mothers want to support their children and want the best for their children. And so if I have a plan for how mothers can have it all, I know that I want to help you support your children in having it all. I want you to know that your children have the optimal support from you for what they need. And so I always talk with my clients, how old are your kids? What are the issues that are going on? Any special difficulties or issues? So, and this is no matter what age your kid is. So if you have newborns or toddlers, are there sleep issues or toddler tantrums or discipline issues? If you have tweens and teens, are you helping them build independence and trying to help them get ready for adulting? So again, I want to help you feel that you can support your kids. And again, that's an important component and element in building your blueprint towards knowing that you're a mom who can say, I can have it all. So let's talk about number 6. And number 6 is your work support and your growth. So in addition to setting specific goals, let's talk about your work environment and the place that you work and the opportunities for you to work. And sometimes I do some executive coaching with my clients with, how are you going to get to your next level at work? And what about the level after that? I always tell my clients, you want to be one step ahead. You want to be planning in advance. You don't want to be just surviving. You always want to be ahead of the game. And number 7 is relationships and community. So one of the things that we definitely learned during the COVID pandemic is that we didn't love quarantining and being alone, that relationships are really important to us. It's an important element in fiber in personhood, in being a person, and certainly an important aspect in having it all. So relationships, and if you have a partner, what's your relationship with your partner like? And of course, your relationship with your children, and how can we build on that parent-child bond? What about your relationships with friends and family and neighbors and coworkers? Relationships are really an important part of how we function and how we feel. And yes, of having it all. So that's the 7th area. And I've outlined the 7 elements. And what I will say is, when you have the proper strategies and processes and habits in these 7 areas, then you have a really good blueprint towards building your ability to be able to say, yes, I am a mother, and I can say that mothers can have it all. And again, it's like getting the wheels to work together and align so the cogs fit together. It's like putting the pieces of the puzzle together so that you can have it all. And I can't go through every single strategy in each of the 7 areas, because there are so many strategies that I work with my clients. But if this is an area that resonates with you, and if I am somebody who resonates with you, you're certainly welcome to give me a phone call, to schedule a phone call. And I'd be happy to discuss with you your personal blueprint in building that pathway to having it all. And if this is an area that interests you and you don't have a mentor or somebody in your life, this may be an important area where you do want to reach out to somebody, either me or somebody else. And if I'm somebody who you feel comfortable to work with, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. And maybe I'll say you can do a few quick tweaks here and there, or maybe you may decide that you need more in-depth areas of development. We'll discuss it together. And again, you can reach me at ellenwillhelp@gmail.com. And I will try to put my calendar in the link so that you can schedule a phone call with me. I do want to mention, I want to remember there's an important topic that a lot of mothers have come to me and asked me about. And they say, I've read books on goal management and time management and stress. And why aren't they solving the problem for me? And that basically is that books usually have general strategies because they're geared towards the general population and towards getting general attention. So they often don't have the specific strategies that really give the best implementation because they're not geared towards individual people. They're geared towards general recommendations. And that's why a lot of the mothers tell me, you know, I read this really good book and it was a good book, but when I put it down, I went back to my life and it was the same way I've been functioning. And again, general books, general videos don't have the specific strategies that somebody working with you specifically can give to you. And my mantra in working with my clients is that you're a skill set away from success, and that all you really need to do is to identify what are the skills and processes and habits that you need to implement that can bring you across that blueprint and pathway to success. So remember, you don't have to live a life of compromise. You don't have to accept that you should feel stressed in your daily life, or that you need to live with mom guilt, or that no, moms can't have it all. I hope that you feel empowered, that you can build towards that freedom and that liberty of feeling that you can function fully, and you can be among the mothers who confidently says, yes, I can have it all. Yes, mothers can have it all. So again, if I could be of any support to you in this area, I'm happy if you'd like to reach out to me. This is an area that I feel really passionate about, and it's my goal for this to reach as many mothers as possible so that all mothers can know you don't have to live under that old paradigm that you can't have it all. I want mothers all over to know you can have it all. So if you found this video useful, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. 1 is to hit the like button. 2 is to share it with other mothers so they can learn this too. And 3 is to subscribe so that when I come out with other videos on other topics, that you can find out and you can be aware. And every week I do post a new topic. So feel free to join me next week for a new topic. Until then, be strong, be empowered, and let's talk again soon.